Men want traditional women, but they're not prepared to be traditional men. You know, taking over countries, bringing her the bones and skulls of her enemies so she can make chalices out of them. It's just not the same anymore.
What I don't understand is that guys were made to pursue girls, yet we live in a society where, because of the lack of men there are, girls are having to throw themselves at guys to even have them look their way. Please.
A lot of these social situations now is it just a man really doesn't want to take the risk. He really doesn't want to look like a criminal, right? The man says hi to you at a grocery store, it don't really matter where it is. He tries to make conversation with you, and you're looking at the man sideways. You're looking at the man like he did something wrong. Literally. He coming up like a creep. How? I just said hi. Hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I don't want to talk to nobody. Well, that's something that you got to work out within yourself. But you also need to work out how to be polite. Even if y'all don't go anywhere, he don't ask you out. Modern women need to learn how to be polite in general. In general. Woman got mad at another lady for just coming up and saying hello. Just coming up and saying hello. What? I didn't do anything wrong. And then tried to put it on the internet like, oh, why she come over here bothering me? And people down in the comments are like, you look like an idiot. So you're just being polite. You need to learn some manners.
Baby, we just single women trying to make it happen. We left that man. We raising the kids. I'm out here having fun, enjoying my life, living La Vida Loca. I want to hear how things are going for you. Tell me in the comments. I'm coloring. I'm doing my thing. Like, I'm outside. What y'all doing, single girls? Talk to me.
While everyone online is dunking on these women, I feel sympathetic. This is what modern third wave feminism, what this strong independent women who don't need a man messaging from big media and Hollywood leads to. A life of loneliness, childlessness, and it's really, really unfortunate.
I always think about, when we talk about, approaching and things of that nature, I always think about how men used to say hello a lot, right? Hey, how you doing? But I think with the way modern women act, then a man's, a lot of these men just kind of go their way and they do their thing. Why do men do that? How could men ignore us? Not necessarily ignoring them, just going on about my day, right? You have women out here that are crazy. They're weird. Say things like, oh, he's making me uncomfortable because I said hello. Because I said, how's it going? What are your plans for this week? Literally. You have women out here. There was a woman got online talking about how a man made her uncomfortable because he asked her, or he mentioned what floor she lived on. It was like, oh, you're from the 4th floor. Oh, now I know you're watching me. No, we live in the same building. We work out at the same gym in our apartment. Are you okay? I've seen you in my apartment. I've seen you in my building. Are you all right?
My brother just married a woman he's only known for 7 months. Congratulations to my brother, and I love him, right? But this is the twist. He was with a woman for 10 years. Everything she asked my brother to do, he is doing for this woman that he has only known for 7 months. Bottom line, bro, I love you if you're watching this, but I had to share it. Stop begging these men to do things you need to be done, because he is not going to change for you. He will never be the man you need him to be, because you are not the woman that he wants to be. People change for who they want to change for. Stop preaching and start waiting patiently for your husband.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. And you see a lot of these modern women, God forbid a man would ask any questions about what she brings to the table. Even if they don't say, well, what do you bring to the table? But modern women, they don't mind getting their questions out. You come to a first date, y'all really don't even get to the first date, to be honest. But let's say you do actually get to the first date. You know, the first question, I'm barely sitting down. You ask me about what my firm size is. You're an entrepreneur? What do you do for work? By the time the appetizers come, so how much is in your bank account? You know, she running his credit score by that time. So everything that he needs to tell you, or you want to know, he got to tell you off rip. We don't even need to get to dinner. We don't even need to get to dinner. And I need to know what you got going on. But if I should ask you, okay, what is it that you do? Huh? If I should ask you, you know, how do you contribute in relationships? What? If you can't see my value, then do I even need to be here? I mean, if that's the way you feel, I guess not.
Where would you like to go on a first date?
Maybe go to cafe or hang out in supermarket. Yeah.
Supermarket. Oh, that's very interesting.
Know more about detail that what he want to what he like to eat, would like to cook, like
Okay. So the guy has to know how to cook.
I can cook.
Oh, you can cook.
I can cook.
Okay. Do you do much cooking?
Not much.
Not much? Okay.
I can. I try to.
Yeah. Well, what can you cook? What's the dish that you cook?
Omelette.
Huh?
Omelette.
Egg omelette.
Egg omelette.
Yeah.
And like noodle.
Noodle. Okay.
Yeah. Just basic.
Yeah. That's okay. Gotta start somewhere, right?
You see a lot of these modern women, they want you to do things on their timeline, how they want you to do it, right? And honestly, a lot of these modern women, they throw words around like he's a narcissist or he's emotionally unavailable. And the guy is just really just trying to date at speed. I mean, God, if the man come up and you know, you're just going fast. Hey man, here's some flowers. Hey, I want to take you out here. But you just saw me a couple of days ago. Oh, okay. I mean, well, I guess we can spread it out. Yeah, let's just slow it down. Let's just slow way down. Oh, man. That's the way y'all talk. But then when a man says, okay, well, let's slow it down. Oh, you're moving too slow. Do you like me or not? Okay, let's do something balanced. Yeah, I don't know. He seemed like he don't seem like he really don't like me. So what is it that you want? I want a man that just knows how I feel. No, that's not going to be me, and that's not going to be any man. Modern women are confused because they don't know what they want.
She looks like Rita Ora, but she Rick Ross. All on top of your chick, right? Falls over, breaks her left leg, they have to amputate it. Now she only got one leg.
She can't hit all the positions that I like.
Hey, wait. Maybe she could. What if you took like 4 books, right? And you put them under the nub to like even her out like a broken chair or something. That's a good point.
You're pretty much giving me the feeling that will smash anything.
Oh, please, okay? I got standards.
So how about one of those like anorexic looking girls, you know, they weigh like 40 pounds.
Ooh, I love that. Your dick be looking like a snake under the sheets, like trimmers.
Then you can use the ribs for grip.
Yes. Get up under there and grab them.
Okay. What if she was like super hairy? Like hair look like big
You know,
braces.
hey, misguided insurance.
All right, what if she's one of the golden girls?
Ooh, Blanche?
What is it? Blanche?
Bro, Blanche was a freak, bro. What you talking about?
That Halle Berry hairstyle first.
You know what? Not Blanche, the mom. There we go. Y'all not gonna smash the mom.
She owned that house, first of all.
That's a good point.
You know what's funny is that modern women, they just say weird stuff. Like a man could be hanging out with you, or you know, whenever you want to be hung out with. Hey, let's go here. Let's do this. Let's be over there. But then when a man says, hey, you know, I just want to kind of like relax, you know, go out with the boys, or like just have a weekend to myself. A lot of these modern women, because they've been listening to a whole lot of foolishness, then they'll say, oh, you have an avoidant attachment style. Attachment, you're avoidant. You haven't really fully dealt with your trauma. They'll sit up here and use words that they don't even know what they're saying. Oh, you're probably out there, you know, doing what you're not supposed to be doing. It. No, I was just hanging out. I was just hanging out with my brother. That was it. My mom asked me to do a couple things around the house. That's all I was doing, is whatever she asked for. Oh, well, show me the proof. Are you the police? No, stop being weird. Maybe you need to go to therapy a little bit more and listen this time.
What's the difference between a nice guy and a good man?
A nice guy gets along. They don't necessarily have discernment or judgment, not sure what they stand for or stand against. A good man has ideals that they stand for and they'll stand against, and when they're tested, a good man is not a nice guy. Being a good man is a lot harder, for good reason. You're not going to be most popular, not going to be always most affable. It also doesn't mean you got to be a or it just means sometimes you got to go, I believe in this is for me, and that is not for me. And because that is not for me, if you do trespass into my space upon me and my family, I will do my best to cause consequences. And I'm going to let you know that. I hope that's apparent, because I'm not going to intrude on you. But if you trespass that, I mean, I'm going to stand up for it. And that we can talk our way out of that. Great. Doesn't always work that way. You know, and a good man's not looking for trouble. But if it comes, and if he or something he cares about knows we're susceptible to being trespassed on by trouble, a good man does what he can to do to stop that.
I think modern women get in the habit of asking about good men and how you can find them. But I think, you know, if you really are actually honest with yourself, you'd understand that the good man in a lot of situations was really always there. He's right in front of your face. It's just that a lot of times you don't want to acknowledge it. I've seen street interviews, and you obviously see it in your life, where a woman will be describing a man, and the man that she's describing will be right there beside her. Well, I'm looking for this. Oh, you know, but he's a friend and I can't. And she will sit up there for years on end, decades even, mess around with the people that she's not supposed to be messing around with, knowing that these guys are doing her dirty. And then at the end of it, want to go back to the man that's been standing beside her the last 15 years and want him to be like, okay, yeah, I've been waiting on you. I mean, you don't think that's disrespectful? No, because I was at a different time in my life then. Y'all gotta learn, because y'all be doing it in y'all's life when a job comes, or when a networking opportunity comes, or when somebody says, hey, I want you to get into this business. Okay, I'll do it. And whether it works out or not, y'all jump into it and it don't work, and y'all try it again and it don't work, and y'all try it again and it don't work again. Y'all are getting to all this other stuff. Y'all get tied down to all this other nonsense. But when it comes to the man that you're supposed to be with, oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Why don't you just go out to coffee with him just to see where you're at? I don't know. It might ruin some stuff. And the stuff that you ruined, going and messing around with everybody else, now you want him to fix it. Interesting.
Minimum height.
6 feet.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Would you exclude obesity?
Absolutely.
Minimum income, so.
I'm gonna say at least 200.
200 grand?
You can be 30 years old.
Oh my goodness. Take a guess at what percentage of men fit this criteria? 2%? Much lower. It's 0.049%.
All right, is this going on the TV?
Okay, so I firmly believe that, yes, you should have high standards, of course. But my question to this lady and to all the other women out there who think that a guy needs to be at least 6'2" just to talk to them and make 6 figures. What are you doing to better yourself? What are you doing to be worthy of a man like that, of his attention? Because it's really easy to have all of these different boxes that you want a guy to tick, but it seems like nowadays a lot of women get offended when men actually have their own preferences. So fair is fair though. If she wants to have all these standards, that's fine, but she shouldn't be upset or outraged when a man thinks that she is too short or not blonde enough or pretty enough or whatever it is.
What you'll see with a lot of these modern women is a bunch of entitlement, right? A bunch of expecting him to do all of the work, which is really what he has to do from the start. He has to put in a lot of investment. Mind you, when you look at investments, you're supposed to have a minimum amount of information when you make an investment. You're supposed to be able to like look at somebody's financials for at least the trailing 12 months and say, okay, this is what they look like, to make some sort of decision. Some people are saying, well, you know, have they been in business for, well, you know, if you have a startup, it's going to be a little bit different. But even in a startup, you're looking for certain things. If you've invested in that space, you're looking for, you know, certain things that a good startup would have this. So I'm going to go ahead and invest. Or you're talking like, even if they're just starting, you're saying this, what do you have to let me know that I can invest right now? Well, I'm brand new. I haven't gotten a chance to do it. Yeah, I know all of that. But I'm looking for certain indicators of potential so that I can invest. Modern women don't really bring that to the table. They're expecting you to invest in them on a wing and a prayer. They just, you know, I have not shown you anything. I have nothing to bring. I don't have anything to bring now. And I'm probably not going to have anything to bring in the future. But just trust me, I'm going to be good for you. That's what modern women are asking men to do. Just trust me. No credentials, no nothing. I'm going to ask you about what you got going on. I want to make sure that you are doing what I need you to do, doing what I want you to do. But I'm not going to give you any reassurance anywhere.
I hate when girls be like, oh, I was a lover girl and just took advantage of me. You've never been a lover girl in your life. You literally just went the whole relationship not getting by another. That's all you did. Like, you've never fully submitted to it at all. You've never been all over it. You just was letting only him crack and say, oh, I'm a lover girl. You weren't. You were not being a full-on submissive woman. That's not what you were doing. I hate when y'all say shit like, oh, I was a lover girl before. You be like, so everything he told you to do, you was just listening to it? No, I'm not listening to a nigga say, so what did you do? What did you do that was such a lover girl? You told him I love you and slept in his bed and rode his meat? So all you did was let him crack? You did nothing. You could ask him, did you buy him a bunch of gifts or something? What were you doing? I was loving him. You didn't do anything. You were never a lover girl ever in your life. You just keep saying you were. No, you always been this way. You always been a cheater. You just was with him for like a year or two and didn't let nobody else crack. And you thought that meant you were a lover girl. That's not how it works. Y'all be hoes most of the time. And just because you were a little less hoish that one relationship, you think that meant you were a lover girl. No, you weren't.
And she was respecting her man, being loyal, doing all the things, and she still got cheated on. Who else is Clay getting with that's better than Megan? Who? Who is he going to be able to pull that's better than Megan? It won't be. Worst is going to be a basic white girl. Worst of the worst case, right?
To all the women who are boycotting relationships right now because of Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, the men didn't want you anyway, because you're a bird brain. Right? Because you're basing your reality off of somebody else's life that you don't know. Okay, let's start there. But also, who is he gonna find that's better than Megan Thee Stallion? Define better. Somebody in the comments, please, right now, define better. What makes Meg Thee Stallion better than any woman? Quickly, because it's not the money, because Klay Thompson already has money, and men don't care about that. It's not the status, because Klay Thompson already has status, and men don't care about that. Y'all keep saying all these things that men don't care about, and you're flexing it like, oh, well, Megan is just the best of the best. In what category? WAP? Because the WAP didn't keep him, so what are we talking about? Y'all are just yapping. You're not saying anything.
Let me ask you something. Do men ever not pursue a woman because they are intimidated by her? Do men ever not pursue a woman because they're just too scared of how much they're gonna fall in love with her? We have been fed this tale that if a man is not pursuing you and a man is not making plans with you, that's probably because he's intimidated by you. He's intimidated by your success. He's intimidated by your beauty. He's intimidated by how fancy of a lifestyle you have. And I'm just curious, is any of that true? is any of that.
It's not that he's intimidated, it's that he knows that by getting into a relationship with that kind of woman, he's going to be signing up for a full-time job trying to maintain and upkeep a relationship without her even reciprocating. It's quite literally the ability of a man to look at a situation logically, to then determine if it's even worthwhile trying to pursue a woman that potentially could just tear his life apart and he will never have peace. What a man is actually intimidated by is being sent to HR because he's about to get fired. He's intimidated by the police being called on him for being falsely accused over something that he's never done. And he's intimidated by running into a bear in the woods.
That's what you can have. Yeah, within 20 minutes. Catch that hot ass.
She put hot coffee. She threw hot coffee on no girl. Let me see. I want to ask y'all this. Why when people like do something to somebody, like throw hot coffee or hit somebody or throw something at somebody, why they try to walk off? Like that just didn't happen. A girl threw the hot coffee, but she walked away. I've been rat on her with the whole pot of coffee back there. You know what I mean? You're not gonna throw something on me and then expect to walk away like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, well, it didn't happen, so I'm just gonna walk away. Nah, we ain't playing that game. Let's watch it one more time.
They're over and out. That's what you can have. Yeah, within 20 minutes. Catch that hot ass.
Now she finna go to jail for assault. And depending on how hot that coffee was and the burns, and you're gonna have medical bills, and now you probably finna catch a felony over argument, man. I don't know who loaded these videos up today, but this was a wild show, man.
Single, strong, independent ladies, this one is for you because being self-sufficient is normally a strength. But in dating, extreme self-sufficiency can accidentally block intimacy, okay? So a lot of successful women have spent decades building their lives. They run their businesses, they manage their finances, they solve problems, and they handle quite literally everything on their own. So they become incredibly capable. They know how to handle emergencies, make decisions, manage their homes, run their careers. But when they enter into a relationship, they often don't actually need anything from their partner. And this is where the challenge begins, because healthy relationships are built on interdependence, not complete independence. So when someone is overly self-sufficient, they often struggle to ask for help. They automatically take control. They solve problems before their partner can even contribute. And unintentionally, they send the message of, I've got this and I don't need anyone. But most people want to feel needed in a relationship. They want to contribute. They want to support you. They want to add value to your life. And if there's never any space to do that, then the relationship can start to feel unnecessary. So the issue isn't always independence. It's never allowing space for a partnership. I hope this helps.
Here are some controversial rules in my relationship. Number 1, I do what I want to do and he does what I tell him to do. Basically, during my time on this earth, I have learned that men are literally stupid, like basically brain. So it's just better and safer for everyone if I make the decisions and he obeys. Number 2, I make it very clear that he's in a never-ending probationary period. I find that fear and intimidation are really great ways to get somebody to fall into line. So basically, I just keep him in a never-ending state of anxiety and uncertainty because he knows that if he has one tiny slip up, then I'm out the door. So that just helps to keep him on his best behavior. Number 3, he handles all of the household chores and I don't do any of them. This is because he should be deriving all of his happiness from serving me. So cleaning, doing my laundry, those things make him genuinely happy because he's making my life easier. However, for me personally, I get my happiness from going out with friends, going shopping. So those are the things I spend my time doing. Number 4, his money is my money and my money is my money. This one kind of ties into the last one because I genuinely don't understand why a man would need money other than to spend it on his wife or partner. So that one's kind of like common sense. I've been with my fiance for 7 years and we're getting married next year, so hopefully those rules can help you if you're having trouble finding a healthy relationship.
And you know, a funny thing is that modern women will say, well, I just expect a man to pay. And then they'll say, well, you know, whoever invites who out, that's who needs to pay. So if a woman invites a man out, then she needs to pay. Okay, that seems fair. But they're not really going to invite a man out. And when they do, and this is why guys are kind of starting to walk away, modern women will go out there and invite a man out, and it would be somewhere it's like really expensive, and the guy will come there and he'll be like, man, this is kind of expensive. Why? I mean, I guess we're, at the very least, I guess we're splitting it. But unbeknownst to him, and men start paying attention to this later on, unbeknownst to him, I invited you out here because I actually want to try this place out, and I want you as the pay. I want you as the man to pay. And he's like, huh? And so, and this is what modern women try to get away with. The man will, they know I was paying. I didn't have money for this. They're expecting you to just suck it up and be a gentleman. Well, I'm a lady, you're a man, but we don't even date. We're not even romantically involved like that. Well, yeah, I know, but you know, you're still a man, and men just do certain things. And so at that point in time, and she don't really realize it, and a lot of modern women don't really care because they're just in it for themselves. But you just lost a friend clowning and putting people out. And men are not the only people that modern women do this to. Modern women will actually do this on their birthday. They'll go to multiple dinners, invite people, multiple dinners. I said that. I'll repeat it again. They'll go to multiple dinners, invite people, and expect people to cover the bill. Well, it's my birthday, and it's okay. Well, you know, I guess I'll get you on your birthday. But what they'll do is they'll invite people to an expensive restaurant, and then they'll go crazy ordering whatever it is that they want to order and expect the table to just figure it out. And then when the table's like, no, I'm not going to be, I love you, but I'm not doing this. Oh, you really don't like me. And now we got to go subtweeting. Now we got to go sub posting and throwing subliminal shots online. Oh, you know, I know who my real friends are. And now she got to go post a thirst trap. Post a thirst trap online with the caption, God got me. You know, some type of stupid scripture that ain't got nothing to do with her in a video with her behind jiggling and her chest all out. What she really doing is fishing for another roster, fishing for new friends. That's going, and she want them quick. That's why I gotta post myself half naked, because it's my birthday week and my birthday's coming up, and I'm looking for a sucker to come up here and pay for me. Modern women do that stuff, man.